Real subjects. Today I'm playing the Arcana. Now this is a game I didn't know existed until like a week ago, and the way I discovered it was through a Facebook ad, so I decided to check it out because the artwork looked cool and it's a visual novel, so I figured it should be pretty easy to do and play. So yeah. Plus the one character design really looked cool. So let's press story. 1. The Magician. I am the student of the magical arts. My master is Azra, the fortune teller. I know nothing of his past. As for the present, I'll miss you. It's the dead of a moonless night, the right time for beginning a journey according to him. Here, take this, for you to play around with while I'm gone. A gift? This can't be good. My tarot deck. I don't know how to pronounce that right. You think I'm ready, Master? You think I want your creepy deck? That's a way to make friends. You think I'm ready, Master? You're still calling me that? You know I can't answer that for you. You've made incredible progress, but you still won't let go of your doubt. Do you think you're ready? Why don't we ask the cards? Why don't you ever answer my questions? I must say, why don't we ask the cards? Why don't we ask the cards? Excellent suggestion. It's been a while since we practiced. Because I perfected it? Because you're always gone. This one. Because you're always gone. Maybe. Someday you'll find a real teacher. Well, I'm here now. Let's see how powerful you've become. He's always going on about how powerful and gifted I am. Oh? Something brushes along my ankle, smooth and cool. Or not alone. This serpent is Faust. Azra's familiar. Ugh, I can't English. She's pleased to see me, I think. If we're all here, let's begin. I shuffle the deck. His gaze follows the cards as they slip through my fingers. Oh, my ear started ringing. That's weird. Now, the High Priestess. And what is she telling you? He leans close, expectant. Is she speaking to you now? When the cards speak to me, it isn't in any human tongue. Nonetheless, when my mind is clear, the answer comes to me. You've forsaken her. I have? Yes, you've pushed her away and buried her voice. She calls out to you, but she won't listen. Master, if you don't listen to her... A sharp knocking startles all three of us. A customer? Did you forget to put out the lantern again? Just as well. I can't stay any longer. Well then, take care of yourself. He still has something to say, but he won't say it. Until we meet again. Aw, he's so cute. He parts the curtains soundlessly and slips out the back door. And just like that, he's gone again. The High Priestess. Or two, whatever. Really though? A customer? At this hour? An impatient one by the sound of it. Look into the people, lock the door, open the door. I'm not looking to the people. I press my face to the people and peer out into the dark. A mysterious figure is standing in the glow of the lantern outside. Their graceful hands are twisting together anxiously as they wait. Even in the dim light, I spy jewels glittering along their fingers. I'm gonna open the door. Hopefully I don't get murdered. I open the door. Forgive me for the hour, but... The figure steps inside and begins to unwind the shawl from their neck. I will not suffer another sleepless night. Please, you must read the cards for me. The elegant cloth slips away, revealing the visitor's face. At the sight of her, my heart leaps into my throat. It has to be you. The Countess! You've come to the right place. You come to the wrong place. I'm going this one. You've come to the right place. So I'm told. Your reputation precedes you. Beggars and nobles alike. The people of the city whisper your name in wonder. Though in my dream you were different. No matter, I come with a proposal. Proposal? Not very talkative, are you? Nervous, perhaps? You needn't be. I require very little of you. Be my guest at the palace for a short while. You will be afforded every luxury, of course. It is as my dream foretold. I ask only that you bring your skill and the Arcana. The Arcana. Where have I heard that before? I'm at a loss, Countess. I'm at your service, Countess. This one. I am at your service, Countess. You have chosen wisely, magician. I will alert the guard to expect you tomorrow. But before that, I want to see these talents of yours for myself. Shall we do a reading? Under I can't English. Under her imperious gaze, I usher her to the humble back room. The Countess seats herself across from me. Her gaze darts around the small space before falling on the cards on the table between us. Go on. As I shuffle the deck, she folds her hands before her and closes her eyes. This one! The Magician. How very appropriate. She peers down at the card, studying its face. And what does he hold for me? My mind is clear. The answer comes to me as easily as ever. You have a plan. Go on. One that's long in the making, years upon years. Now you seek to set it in motion. And, should I move? Her eyes pierce me, flashing brilliantly in the lamplight. Yes. Act now. Everything has fallen into place. Say no more. Abruptly, she stands, giving the card one last glance. I'm barely on my feet when she throws back the curtains, striding purposely back into the shop proper. Your fortunes are simple, much the same as the others I've heard. And yet, you were the first to pecune my interest? I'm gonna assume that's how you say it. And yet, you are the first to pecune my interest. I suck at English. By the time I've emerged, the Countess is at the doorway, winding the shawl around her face. Ahem. Open the door! I nearly trip over my feet in my haste to open the door. Gotta be polite. The Countess merely looks amused. Until tomorrow, then. Pleasant dreams. With that, she glides past me and out into the night. For a moment, I'm frozen, staring after her figure long after it has vanished into the mist. I like the background. It's cool. Has a little snake. Why isn't it going to the next screen? What could the Countess want with me? A mere apprentice. I'm probably ruining the, whatever, the atmosphere with all my mistakes. All that talk of my reputation. Could it be that she mistook me for... Ooh, strange hours for a shop to keep. No, that doesn't sound like his voice. Oh, whatever. Who said that? I like his mask. He's so cool looking. My gaze darts around the shop, chasing shadows in the dark. Behind you. Sure enough, when I turn, I see a figure looming against the door. Now, sources say this is the witch's lair. So who might you be? My heart starts racing as the masked intruder advances. Who's asking? I manage to spit something out. It's enough to give them pause. I'm asking. I'd rather not do it again. But if it'll make you talk... The squeal of leather makes me wince as the stranger reaches for their mask and tosses it to the floor. Well, I can tell by the look on your face. Shock, horror. You know who I am, don't you? To my surprise, I do know him. This man, they used to call him Dr. Jules? Haven't heard that name in years. Quickly now, where's the witch? I'll talk. And go on. Master Azra is gone. I don't know where. He never tells. Master, it is. Oh, pfft. Master, is it? Ahem, I won't pry into your personal affairs. But if you don't know, and I don't know, he towers over me, chilling the air around us. Why don't we ask your magic cards? Huh? That is what that room in the back is for, isn't it? I give a hesitant nod, unsure of the motives behind his odd request. After you, then. The doctor drops himself into the reading chair, looming fearsomely over the table. A lovely decor. Reminds me of the good old days. Carefully I take my seat, cold ice tracking my every move. Go on. No need to be shy. That one! Oh my. As the card is flipped, my mind starts racing. Nothing comes to me but the pounding of blood in my ears. Oh no, oh dear. Death. Oh dear! Death? He barks with uncontrollable laughter, sharp as ice. You've got to be joking. I jolt as his hands strike the table and he rises to his feet. Death casts her gaze on this wretch and turned away. She has no interest in an abomination like me. Overcome with confusion, I follow at the doctor's heels. You've become hospital, so... Did I say that right? You've become hospital. That doesn't sound right. Oh, whatever. You've become hospital. So I'll let you in on a secret. Your witch friend will be back for you. He's taught you his tricks. You may even say that he cares for you. But when he returns... He lifts his mask from the floor, staring into its glassy red eyes. Seek me out for your own sake. That creature's far more dangerous than you know. Well then, the hour is late, and I'm out of time. I like him. He has a cool design. After giving me a long, hard look, the doctor fixes his mask in place. Don't let him fool you, shopkeep. The door slams behind him as he disappears into the early morning fog. The Empress. Who are you? My name is Cheese. She, her pronouns. The Empress. Day. I'm so scared that this recording is just gonna, like, freaking die on me. My tablet's being weird. My name is Jessica. I already messed up. My name is Jessica. I am a student of the magical arts. And today I will journey to the palace to meet the Countess. I spend the early hours preparing my things by lamplight, casting wild shadows. I keep messing up. I spend the early hours preparing my things by lamplight, casting wild shadows on the walls. Seeking a moment's rest, I go to the back room to lie down. Someone's gonna come in. I just know it. And slip away, lost in a dream. The sky is no more than a slim green line across the endless horizon. Beside me is Azra, on the back of a strange beast. Master, where are we? Dark clouds bear down all around the landscape, a shifting sea of rust-colored sand. Ahead is a road of perfect black stone. I dare not tell you. If I did, you'd have to promise me to never seek this path. Not even I am such a hypocrite as that, Jessica. I'm sure I've never walked this road, and yet the sight of it feels like an old nightmare. I strain to see where it leads, but the path keeps changing. Soon there will be a crossroads. Crossroads? Where do they lead? Depends which one you take. Now, rest. My sleep is dreamless then. When I wake, early dawn light is filtering through the dusty windows. I throw on a traveling coke Whatever. I throw on a traveling cloak and hurry outside, dragging the heavy door shut behind me. After last night's intrusion, I turn the first lock, and then the second, and third. Almost satisfied, I press my right hand to the door and whisper a cross-me-not spell. The woods light up beneath my palm in the pattern of Azra's intricate designs. White whorls glow deep within the door, slowly fading into the green. The shop will be well. All will be well. I pull my shawl tighter and step out into the foggy street. The morning mist is thick, yet to be scattered by the heat of day. It blankets the street in an ethereal milky glow. I take a moment to appreciate the tranquil scene when all at once, the hair at the nape of my neck rises in alarm. Someone is near. Someone is right beside me. I turn towards the eerie sensation and notice a dark shape looming in the alley. Is it another person? I don't want to have to do another voice. At first, I don't realize that I'm looking at a human. The form is certainly human, though monstrous in size. Their flesh is scored with scars, clean and jagged, shallow and deep. Shrouded in a pall of weather-beaten furs, it's hard to make out a face, but they are definitely watching me. No, waiting for me to come out? They stand between me and the path I have to take. I'm gonna walk past them. I take a step forward, watching the figure cautiously. Stormy green eyes follow my movements as I enter the alley. My steps are careful, but the stranger makes no move, and then a voice like distant thunder rumbles from beneath their robes. I can't do a voice like thunder. You are in grave danger. I pause, inhaling sharply. The earthy scent of Merle? Hope I said that right. The earthy scent of myrrh washes over me, and I hold still. He will return uninvited. He will offer you a gift when you need it most. Turn it away, and you will fall into his hand, just like the rest of us. I blink, trying to process what I just heard. There's shuffling behind me, the dragging of rough cloth and chains. And then, silence. I have to go now. Exhaling deeply, I continue toward the narrow, mossy steps that will lead me to the marketplace. Wood groans beneath my feet as I step carefully onto the walkway. Daylight seeps through the gaps between the worn planks, shimmering on the water that flows below. It's early yet, and the marketplace is already wide awake. All around me are the sounds of bartering, laughter, vendors hawking their wares. A voice I know well calls out to me over the sea of noise. Jessica, have you eaten? I've got that pumpkin loaf you like in the oven. Won't be long now. I love pumpkin. How did you know? Come sit down. Talk for a while. I sniff the air on impulse and my stomach twists in hunger. Then again, I should probably be careful of the time. Stay for bread or go? I'm gonna stay for bread. The baker's sun-speckled face lights up with a broad smile. He leads me into the booth, and a warm, spicy scent surrounds me. As I settle against the back wall, he offers me a steaming tin cup and places his hands on his hips. And where is Azra? Sleeping in? Oh, crap. I gave him a female voice originally. Oops. I can't do male voices anyway, so psh. I sip my drink, a hot, minty brew, and I like mint. Knows me too well. He's on a journey. Ah, and where's he off to this time? I shrug. The baker gives me an odd look. He didn't tell you? How suspicious! You're telling me that rascal is keeping secrets from his prized pupil? The words are in jest, but they prod at something within me that compels me to answer. It's always like that, or it's not like that. It's not like that. Eyebrows raised, the baker gives me his full attention. He was acting strange. And what's new about that? I look down into my cup, watching steam curl and twist as it rises. I'm tapping the screen, it's just not going to the next thing. Oh, there we go. I don't want to say that I'm worried. Saying it will only make it true. The vendor frowns, folding his arms over his chest. So he's off on some mysterious journey. But what about your mysterious journey, if I may ask? Shaken from my Shaken from my reverie, I blink up at him, startled. Now I know why I don't do visual novels, 'cause I can never read them. By the look in his eye, the baker already has an idea of where I'm headed today. There's been whispers all morning, you know. They say the Countess escort rode into the neighborhood round dawn. Word is she was wandering about like a lost lamb till she found your door. Burning with curiosity, he waits with rapt attention for me to explain. But I keep my silence, downing my drink. In a town like this, gossip spreads too quickly. How's that bread coming along? With a shake of his head, the baker goes to the small wood stove to check. They're all wrapped up for the road. I place a coin on the table and hand off my empty cup. Now run along. Don't keep the Countess waiting. I give a backwards wave and head out into the flow of traffic. Up ahead is a narrow stairwell, where the masses and their animals are tightly packed. And as I climb the well-worn steps, something catches my eye. A fortune teller's booth, tucked away in a shady corner. Silver moons adorn the tapestries draped over the entrance, shrouding it in secrecy. The sight teases a smile out of me. How nostalgic. When we met, Azra was operating out of a place just like this. As I'm lost in my musings, a patron emerges from the booth, caught up in a conversation. I'm adding extra words. Sorry. I gave a wide berth and kept my head down.
Before I forget, what are my lucky numbers today?
3, 6,
7, 9. Got it! 3, 6, 7, 9. 3, 6, 7.
I didn't notice that I don't notice them backing into me until we crash into each other.
Ack!
The impact makes me stumble, teetering onto the edge of the step. It also upsets the basket balanced on the stranger's hip, which sends a dozen of pomegranates rolling down the stairs.
Oh, perfect. As if I wasn't already late.
I drop into a crouch beside the stranger to help. These are luxurious fruits. It's unusual to buy them in bulk. I spot one as it's about to be stomped under a stray hoof and swipe it at the last second. When I hand it back to the stranger, their eyes sparkle with delight.
Oh, thank you. How sweet of you to help. And after I bumped into you in the first place.
Together we hunt the rest of them down, maneuvering through the steadily increasing foot traffic. Though we're nearly trampled trying, we managed to recover every last one.
Well, I can't thank you enough.
They rise to their feet and offer me a hand. Their grip is strong. The skin of their small palm is rough against mine, calloused.
Probably shouldn't do this, but...
Rubbing it on a sleeve, they offer me a fruit from the basket. When I accept it, the stranger gives me a smile that warms my chest.
Take care, all right?
With a cheeky wink, they depart, slipping into the crowd. That was Portia, you know. A rattling cough draws my attention. The fortune teller has moved to stand at the entrance of the booth and is eyeing me with avid interest. She's the Countess's favorite servant, that is. As for you, you look like a wanderer. Yes? Wouldn't you like to hear what fortune the fates have spun for you? Tell my fortune! What could it hurt? All right. The fortune teller clasps their wizened hands and leads me into the small booth. Having issues with simple words. Inside, the air is thick with amber and patchouli? I don't know how to speak. Whatever. You're probably here for the art anyway. What is your name, wanderer?
Jessica.
Jessica. Of course. They hum as their fingers dance over the surface of a crystal ball nestled in a bed of sand. Wait, Jessica? The humming stops and color drains from their face. Wide, watery eyes meet mine. Azra's Jessica. Worms. Ears warm. I sink into my cloak. Door opened. It's an honor to meet you. Yes, it's a great honor. Yes, your fortune, They nearly press their nose to the crystal, going cross-eyed. A nervous grin spreads across their painted lips. I see. Marvelous wealth in your near future. She's probably just telling this to butter me up and not disappoint me. Riches showered upon you. Soon you will be lounging in the lap of luxury. They tap their fingers across the crystal surface rapidly and pull away with a gasp. And love! Love is definitely on your horizon. I see it, rising like the sun for you, a red-hot rising star of passion. I nod, dropping a coin on the table and rising from my chair as I subtly as I can. I can't speak. Doesn't help that it's like nearly 9 o'clock. The fortune teller is babbling about blazing desire as I back out of the booth. Ah, thank you. Please do come again. May the fates smile sweetly upon you. I exit the booth, squinting into the sunlight. When is this chapter gonna end? It's getting too long. As the sun journeys across the sky, I climb stair after seemingly infinite stair. The higher I ascend, the fewer travelers I encounter along the way. By the time I reach the top of the stairs, I can barely walk. That's realistic. Thankfully, it's near dark. I wipe the pouring sweat from my sun-beaten brow and look ahead.
It's beautiful.
Before me is a towering gate of twisted iron. Beyond that, I can see the palace closer than ever before. The sight of it is hard to catch my breath. Makes it hard to catch my breath. It is much more enchanting up close than it is from the city below. Who goes there? A guard stands on either side of the gate, I notice. Oh my. They were so still I had mistaken them for designs in the metal. My name is Jessica. I have come at the request of the Countess. Jessica? They share a look. We have no knowledge of you. Unless you have the code, you must leave at once. I don't have the code. I know the code, I don't know the code. Code? I'm gonna say I know the code.
I know the code.
Proceed. I either have heavy swords to swallow audibly. But I think I do know the code. Ezra often tells me that when something catches your attention, there's a reason. If it feels like it has a special significance, it does. The numbers are probably... 3, 6... Oh, crap! I wasn't paying attention to her. 3679. I think it was 3679. 3679. The guards step back, each swinging open one of the massive doors. Proceed. I remembered. I nod, keeping my composure even as a thrill goes down my spine. Fortune teller. Without hesitation, I walk past them and onto the bridge. The palace is right before me. I hear the gate slam shut, and there's no turning back. The Empress. Night. I'm gonna stop it here. Till we meet again, my loyal subjects. Bye!